From Peoria, Videomax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Christina Colosimo and Jennifer French. Your news anchors, Jewel Jones and Tierney Modgley. Sports with Cody Brutlag. Your news interviewer, Rachel Seacrest. And the Midstate News Team. Get Real with Darian Clay. About Town with Courtney Shattuck. Let's Eat with Sherry Ellis. And In the Spotlight with our own Sandra Hollywood Hall. Street Team is with Daniel Shore, and State of the Arts features Matt Seneca. Our hosts, Christina Colosimo and Jen French, now welcome you to Midstate Magazine. Take it away, kids.
Welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Daniel Dewey Shore.
And I'm Ashley Edlin, filling in for Sandra Hollywood Hall today.
And where is Sandra?
She's actually traveled to Springfield.
Springfield, Illinois, state capital. Barack Obama was here the other week. Did you have a chance to see him?
No, actually I didn't.
No, I saw his airplane taking off. Air Force One was there.
Really?
It's huge. It's pretty cool.
That had to be pretty exciting.
Although I heard there's a decoy, so it could have been that.
Well, that's too bad I missed it. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's not your fault. So, best place you've traveled?
I would have to say the best place I've traveled has been the Bahamas. Actually went on a cruise, and we went to Nassau. And it was pretty exciting because I've never been on a cruise before. So.
And what was the best thing you did there?
Best thing I did was, that's hard. There's a ton of stuff to do on it. You make a lot of friends on cruises, and you meet a lot of people, and I think that's the whole point of being on a cruise is to meet a lot of people. So it was fun, and they had like movie theater and a slide, and it was gigantic, biggest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Did you go with friends, family?
I went with my family. I went with my dad and my brother. It was pretty cool. It was a couple of years ago, and the coolest thing about going on a cruise is that they let you off the ship. And so you can go on like an island and stuff, and you go on jet skis, and so that was really, really fun.
I went to an island.
Really? Where's the island did you go to?
I went to Great Britain.
Really?
Actually, yeah, just last month. I went with some friends and spent 2 weeks in London, and it was amazing.
Tell me about it. I want to know about London. I've never been anywhere besides Bahamas and Jamaica, so tell me about that.
So you've never crossed an ocean per se?
No, I haven't.
But I'd say the best thing I did, I went to the BBC TV Center.
Really?
And which is pretty cool. I mean, you know, obviously we are both in the television business and interested in that aspect, and to see a 24-hour running news international TV station was really cool. And but you know, they have BBC, we have News, and we'll send it there now.
Thanks, Ashley and Daniel. Welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Jen French.
And I'm Cody Brutlag, and now let's take a first look at the news.
The economic stimulus package has finally been approved by both the House and the Senate. The $787 billion package was passed last Friday with a 60-38 vote. Part of the package, the $787 billion in tax cuts, markets again.
And in the current economic environment, the high cost of attending a four-year university might make directly entering the workforce appear a more attractive option. But although admission at some schools is feeling the pinch of the economy, Bradley's not one of them.
A troubled economy and the high cost of attending a four-year university do not go hand in hand. But here in the Bradley Admissions Office, that is not the case. Director of Admissions Tom Richmond says, if anything, he is optimistic about fall enrollment.
Right now, college loans are done, I know at Bradley, through the government, and that's now a normal thing. And the government is guaranteeing those loans and in fact has increased the amount that students can borrow. They've also decreased the interest rate. So the loans are going to be very stable for students.
Richmond says that during tough economic times, more people actually decide to go back to school rather than stay in the workforce.
The good news for Bradley right now is that enrollment for this fall looks fairly stable. I suggest that because we have a record number of applications. We're aggressively admitting students. We have more admitted students today than we've had at any other year up to this point.
Richmond says that during tough economic times, families try to plan ahead more and think of the investment rather than the cost.
The cost is going to be very significant, but if you think of it as an investment, those with educations have lower unemployment rates and higher earnings, and that's over the course of a lifetime, not just during an economic downturn.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Ashley Edlin.
Thanks, Ashley. Polar oceans, once thought to be deserted, have unveiled thousands of species, hundreds of which researchers say could be new to science. Last Monday, research discovered 7,500 species in the Antarctic and 5,500 in the Arctic. This discovery was made during a marine census taken in the polar oceans.
The slump seen by the housing market throughout the country has finally caught up with Peoria. As foreclosure rates continue to rise in the wake of the economic crisis, the city has begun using the Moss Bradley Revolving Fund. This fund repurchases houses and then resells them at a lower interest rate. However, vacant houses have caused major problems for the city. Officials say vacant lots attract vermin, crime, and take police officers, firemen, and law officials away from other demands.
On a lighter note, the Lakeview Museum of Arts and Sciences is currently holding an exhibit featuring the works of Pablo Picasso and Henri Matisse. And now let's go to Afton for half hour for full story.
The Lakeview Museum of Art is currently holding an exhibit featuring the work of Pablo Picasso, Henri Matisse, and Marc Chagall.
This is all the works in this exhibit belong to one individual, a private collector in Central Illinois. And so it's not a situation here where I actually went out and selected a group of works to bring together, but I took what he had already collected, and it shows his vision, it shows his passion, his interest. Three of the most important artists, most influential artists of the 20th century: Pablo Picasso, Henri Matisse, and Marc Chagall. Prints reflect, especially for Picasso, his interest in subject matter, his interest in trying new techniques, his recurring interest in particular themes that he would revisit. We were all leading artists. He was in some ways more revolutionary, certainly his work with George Braque on developing Cubism. But among museums and that sort of thing, Matisse and Chagall are also very important. People in Illinois may be familiar, certainly if you've visited the Art Institute of Chicago with the famous windows, the glass that Chagall did, and then there's a wonderful mural as well in downtown Chicago too. Chagall has a very distinctive style. His work is always very childlike, not a lot of evolution once he finds his artistic voice. Oftentimes, and we also usually have exhibits from our own collection as well. It's not the Art Institute, but we do have a lot to offer to anyone, student or otherwise, who's interested in art and just culture.
In addition to its gallery, the Lakeview Museum also houses a planetarium, a used bookstore, and a gift shop. Be sure to stop by the Lakeview Museum and experience some of the wonderful things Lakeview has to offer.
Thanks, Afton. This exhibit will continue through March 15th. Stop by the Lakeview Museum at 1125 Westlake Avenue in Peoria. For information about admission and hours, call 309-686-7000 or visit the website at lakeviewmuseum.org. And now let's take a look at sports with Courtney.
Thanks, Jen. If the first thing that comes to mind when watching sporting events is a tasty snack, you're not alone. In fact, the folks at one local restaurant encourage heavy snacking during the big game. Midstate Magazine's Ashley Edlund has more.
Buffalo Wild Wings is a popular venue for college students and sports fans in East Peoria. Kids' meal nights and later hours are just some of the perks that set Buffalo Wild Wings apart from your typical sports bar.
People come in to play trivia, they come in to watch sports, they come in just for the food, so we kind of draw a wide range of people. Everyone can kind of find something here that they like.
In addition to a family-friendly atmosphere, they also cater.
I think Bradley might have ordered 800 or 1,000 wings, and that's typical on a day like that for us.
But be sure to get there early if you're looking for a place to watch the big game.
We're usually on waits anywhere from half hour to an hour and a half to 2 or 3 hours.
Here at East Peoria, Buffalo Wild Wings is more than just a sports bar. It's a place you can come with your friends or you can take your family. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Ashley Edlund.
Thanks, Ashley. Buffalo Wild Wings has 2 Peoria area locations. One is at the Shops of Grand Prairie in Peoria, and the other is at the Camp Street Crossing in East Peoria. With a vision of transforming its campus, Bradley is continuing to add on to its 15-year master plan that is highlighted by the construction of new on-campus arena for women's basketball and volleyball home games. Their arena is currently being constructed on the site where the Robert Memorial Fieldhouse sat and will house office for all athletic department staff. In addition to the arena, which will seat around 4,500 people, the plan also calls for construction of a men's basketball practice facility and Hall of Fame. It will also serve as host for concerts and December commencement. This state-of-the-art facility is expected to be completed in the spring of 2010. Though spring is on the horizon and we look forward to warmer temperatures, some local coaches are reminding us that the ice can be fun all year round. The Owens Center in Peoria offers figure skating and specialty skating lessons Monday through Saturday every week. Children as young as 3 can take part in learning, and the center even offers group classes for adults. For more information or to see how you can get involved, visit their website located on the screen. That's all for sports, and now back to you, Jen.
Thanks, Courtney. A group of men burglarizing a home last week in Washington State left their loot on the front porch. Police say the burglars left on foot when the homeowner took off with their getaway car. The Seattle homeowner was in the basement when he heard his house being broken into. He quickly made his way inside, where a white van was waiting with its engine running. Police have not identified any suspects. Among the attempted stolen items were a jewelry box, multiple TVs, and a laptop computer. Well, that's all for news. I'm Jen French.
I'm Cody Brutlog. Be sure to join us next week.
And I'm Courtney Shattuck. Have a good evening.
Okay, thanks Cody and Jen. And you were telling me a little bit about London. Did you go anywhere else?
Yeah, I actually took a weekend trip just for like 36 hours. We took the Channel, which is the train that goes under the English Channel, and we went to Paris. Wow. Saw in a day and a half. We saw the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, Notre Dame Cathedral, the Arc de Triomphe, and Champs Élysées. That's how they talk over there. A lot of silent letters and different words, and it just turns into
You saw all that in 36 hours. That's got to be a whirlwind.
Yeah,
How do you remember all that?
It was awesome. I kept a pretty intense journal, and took a lot of pictures and kind of scrapbooked it all together when I got back, and so it's fun to relive. But I do scrapbook. A lot of people say it's pretty girly kind of thing to do, but pretty macho about my scrapbooking, and I love taking pictures. I like taking, and being able to remember and talk about and kind of relive even those snapshot moments.
Did you get good ones?
So I did, and I'll tell you more about them, but first we got to go to Get Real.
There are some people in Hollywood that just know how to give moviegoers what they want. They keep their plots to a minimum, they create heroes the audience can get behind, and absolutely despicable villains to oppose them.
Writer-director Luc Besson, his co-writer Robert Mark Kamen, who was responsible for the Karate Kid trilogy, and director Pierre Morel, Taken was the movie we've been waiting for. Liam Neeson plays Brian Mills, an ex-spy who wishes to leave his former work where it belongs, in the past. Unfortunately for him, when his daughter Kim gets kidnapped, Brian's forced to kick his life back into high gear. From that moment on, we get to see exactly what we came to see. Liam Neeson being the shameless superhero that we always knew he was.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. Where are they? If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. But if you don't, I will look for you. Where is she? I will find you. I will kill you.
Good luck. With Taken, you get what you came for. It doesn't revolutionize action films in any notable way, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. With that, I give the film a solid thumbs up. For Get Real, I'm Stephen E. Mollering.
All right, thanks, Stephen.
So I guess my trip to Paris was kind of movie-esque. Not that scary or intense, but it's a whirlwind, like you said. What about you? You went to the Bahamas. What was like, did you go anywhere else, or was there a site that really stood out?
Well, I've actually been to the Bahamas 2 times, and the second time I went to Atlantis, which is incredible.
So it's underwater, so you swam there?
It's like the lost city, I guess they call it, or something like that, and they rebuilt it. It's a monstrosity. It's the biggest thing I've ever seen. It's incredible. It has everything I'm not even kidding, everything you can imagine, and if you can ever get to go there, it's amazing. They have like underwater aquariums with everything in them, like taller than I don't even know. everything. You can eat there, and then it's kind of scary in some parts, though. That's negative, but because when you sit on the beach, you'll have people that drive up to you, just islanders or something, and you have to be careful because they'll just come up to you and, like, you know, tourists, you don't know any better, and they'll ask you, oh, do you want a jet ski ride? I don't think so, but it's just really exciting, and they have, like, lagoons, because sometimes it'll be, like, it's kind of windy, especially we went in April, so it was pretty windy.
Cool.
And they have lagoons where you can just make sure that, like,
awesome.
you know, it's hot there, but it's not.
That sounds amazing, but and I want to hear more. First, we have a great pack on Lincoln.
Okay, let's see it.
Hi, I'm Sandra Hall reporting for Midstate Magazine. I am here at the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Museum, joined with Abraham Lincoln and his beautiful wife, Mary Ann Todd. Yes, we are celebrating his 200th birthday. Come along with us as we experience his life, his legacy, and what he has to offer. Earlier this month, Springfield, Illinois was bustling with activity on February 12, 2009, in celebration of the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birthday. The day started off at Lincoln's tomb, where a large crowd had gathered to pay their respects to our 16th president. Both young and old had made their way to Oak Ridge Cemetery to witness the annual wreath-laying ceremony held each year on the anniversary of Lincoln's birth. One of the most prominent features of the tomb is a large bronze bust of Lincoln sculpted by Gutzen Berglund. Both children and adults alike stopped to rub the nose of the bust, an act which some say will bring good fortune to that person. But no historical tour would be complete without a visit to Lincoln's home. The entire block surrounding the house has been preserved to give visitors a feel for the way the street would have looked in the mid to late 1800s. Costume volunteers also added to the location's authentic period feel. Tours have always been free at the Lincoln home. It was sold to the state in 1887 for $1 under the condition that the public should always have free and easy access to it. After touring the house, many stop by the History Center, where visitors can learn more about the history of Lincoln in the Springfield area. Another must-see spot in Springfield is the Lincoln Presidential Museum. The museum was hopping with visitors in town for the bicentennial celebrations. There we spoke with David Farrell, a museum volunteer. Tell us about all the exciting shows and entertainment places.
Well, we've had a number of Lincoln presenters who have been here, and many of the tourists want to have pictures taken. We've had t-shirts for the kids. There have been various readings. And the nice thing about this is Abraham Lincoln is really a world figure. He's very popular in Japan and in Korea and China. So it adds a wonderful sense of excitement here. And as a volunteer, nothing brings greater joy to your heart than to see school children just open their eyes and say, here, right here, they can't believe it.
Among the many treasures you could find here at the Lincoln Museum, one of the most sacred is Lincoln's stovepipe hat. As soon as the sun sets, locals started a march from the Lincoln home to the old state capitol. The parade was led by an imitator of Lincoln himself, and upon arrival, Lincoln mounted the steps and delivered his bicentennial address.
We here should highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people, shall not perish from the earth. That, my friends, is our task together.
For the final event of the evening, visitors could return to the museum and witness the cutting of the birthday cake, followed by a 19th century costume ball. Participants from the community made their own costumes and lined up to formally greet Mr. and Mrs. Lincoln, followed by the couples dancing the night away. It was an eloquent way to bring a close to a community celebration of an important day in this nation's history. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Sandra Hall.
All right, thanks, Sandra. We hope you're having fun.
Yeah.
All right, now I want to hear a little bit more about London and the people, because we didn't get to finish that conversation.
Well, you heard about Lincoln, so I guess the most comparable thing to, president over there would be the Queen. I went to go see the Queen but she wasn't there to see me. It was kind of disappointing. Yeah, I didn't make an appointment, I guess. I don't know how that works.
Maybe
and
next time.
If nothing else, I wanted to, maybe next time. So I went to Buckingham Palace, and I got to see the changing of the guard, which is this really elaborate ceremony that's, you know, from medieval time. You know, it goes way back hundreds of years. Yeah. And you have these horses riding in, these guys with the big funny hats, and I wanted to tickle one of the Buckingham Palace guards and make him laugh, but I thought, okay, let me start over, because the impression I had was that the guards are right at the gate and you can get to them, but that's not the case.
That's how they make it look in all the movies.
Yeah, I don't know. But we're going to go to Let's Eat, and I'll show you my funny hat in a minute.
Haddad's is a Lebanese family-run restaurant that has been around since the early 1980s. The original Haddad stood right at the entrance of Campus Town. This mom-and-pop's eatery features mouth-watering specialties like the Lebanese combo and the gyro. Also popular are the kebabs and the vegetarian specialties, without of course leaving out a little bit of American hamburgers. As much as the Lebanese combo specialty, with its promise of green beans, cabbage rolls, Middle Eastern ethnic salad, and hummus was very tempting, I decided to settle for the shawarma, a very uniquely flavored type of pita sandwich which consisted of vegetables, tomatoes, and beef. Haddad's family-run restaurant kicks off our ethnic special theme for the semester. The Lebanese restaurant, located right here on Main Street beside Campus Town, offers a wide array of healthy meals to suit different tastes. So get out of your Bradley bubble and go visit Haddad's today. For Let's Eat, I'm Ebele of Fuegu.
Wow, I think I will. That looks really good.
Does this look really good, though?
I don't know.
That's all I want. This is my silly hat. It has, I'm not sure if this will show up, but
it lights up. Wow.
Yeah.
You're special.
So not only can I patrol during the day, but I can patrol at night as well.
Wow.
Ah, very cool.
Exciting.
It was I don't know, it kept me entertained.
I bet.
So cruise ship,
okay,
by the way.
ship.
Was there good entertainment? That's what you always hear about.
Yes, they had, during the day when you'd sit at the pool, they had these people who would bang on the drums and upstage and stuff. And then at night they had formals where you could get really dressed up, and then you could go to dinner. And one of the cool things, my dad didn't like this, but I did, is that you could meet, they put you at a table with a random family. So you meet different people.
Yeah.
And I'm just from somewhere else. And the family I ended up meeting was from Ohio. And the girl that was my age and a boy was like younger, a little bit younger than my brother, just total opposites. But it was really fun to just get to know them and stuff and their family. And the girl actually played football. And so,
really?
Yeah, I'm kind of a girly girl. So that was interesting for me to like sit there and listen to her talk about punting.
Yeah,
and
right. I got to go to a comedy club while I was in London, and then I also went to see the show Avenue Q, which is a Broadway show that started in America and now is overseas. So yeah, it was really cool. But we're going to see what entertainment we have on our set with State of the Arts.
Sounds good.
Hello, I'm Ambria Hill, and welcome to State of the Arts. Get your dancing shoes on, because this week we have a dance company that has existed on Bradley's campus for 13 years. This group of passionate and dedicated dancers has a heart for helping others, and through their volunteer work, we have huge impact on Peoria community. We have with us the Bradley Orchestra's dance team. Thank you all so much for coming.
You're welcome.
Okay, so tell me about the type of dancing that you guys do.
Our group consists of dancers that are from all different backgrounds, so we actually do all types of dance, like jazz, hip-hop, ballet, point, character, modern, anything that you can possibly think of, we try to incorporate in our dancing.
Okay, so tell me about the fundraising that you guys do around the community.
Well, we're a self-run student organization, so we do our own fundraising. So we take care of our own finances. So some of our fundraising is through the 50-50 games through the Bradley basketball team, and also through the soccer games as well. And we host our own car washes at the end of the year too.
Okay, so where can we see you guys perform next?
Well, we'll have our own show. We always put on our own show at the end of April, and then we'll also be performing at Relay for Life, which is at the beginning of May.
Okay. Well, right now, they will be performing to a song called Lost Artist by Anouk.
meant to be red, and violets to be blue. And why isn't my heart meant for you? My hands longing to touch you, but I can barely breathe. Story eyes that make me melt right in front of me. Lost in this world, I even get lost in this song. And when the lights go down, that is where I'll be found. This music's irresistible. Your voice makes my skin crawl. Innocent and pure, I guess you heard it all before. Mr. Inaccessible, will this ever change? One thing that remains the same, you're still a picture in a frame. Lost in this world, I even get lost in this song. And when the lights go down, that is where I'll be found. I get lost in this world. I get lost in your eyes. And when the lights go down, that's where I'll be found. Yeah, lost in this world, I get lost in your eyes. So when the lights go down, am I the only one?
Thank you so much, guys, for performing. And that was beautiful. And thanks for watching State of the Arts. I'm Ambria Hill, reminding you that you're never too busy to feed your soul with the arts.
Wow, that was awesome.
That was.
So we've been talking about travel this whole time, and places that we've gone. So where would you want to go next?
Where do I want to answer that first? I have to think for a second.
Okay, well, if I got to go anywhere else, I would want to go to Grace because my family is from there and we all live there. So
You still have relatives that live there?
Mm-hmm.
How many of them? A lot?
It was just my grandpa's side of the family. So
I think I'd go to Australia. I've always wanted to go to Australia ever since I was little. I'm fascinated by koalas and kangaroos and just how different, that part of the world is, and the toilets flush the other direction. So those are all things that need to be explored.
Yes, I think so too.
But yeah, so I think we've covered, most of travel and where we want to go and what we want to do. And right now, I'm pretty happy being in Peoria.
Me too.
I'm okay with it. The weather's been pretty crazy lately. I think that's one of the reasons I want to go to Australia is because
one day it's warm here and then the next day it's freezing.
Right. And what's the weather like in London? It was pretty cool.
It doesn't rain a lot there?
I don't know. But hey guys, thanks for watching. If you're not watching us,
you're not watching much.
Have a good evening.